I don't ever intentionally go to sleep. I shouldn't say not ever. That would be accurate. I would say 360 days a year. I just have to go until the point that my mental and physical exhaustion makes me pass out where I lay or where I sit, often on the couch. Don't always even go to bed. Not because I don't want to go to bed, because it's usually kind of a fruitless endeavor. Like, there have been lots of occasions in my life of trying to force myself asleep in bed over just stretches of time that would blow your mind. Like, I'm wholly unable to relate to people who can choose to go to sleep and lay down and be asleep. And like, I've known people who can do this in a matter of a few minutes, but even people who can do it in like half an hour, I'm not able to relate to them really any more than people who can do it in a few minutes. For me, if I try to go to sleep, to go to bed in an intentional way that isn't just passing out from exhaustion eventually, which, to be clear, let's be real clear about this. The exhaustion pass out sleeps also usually rarely last more than 2 to 3 hours. But if I lay down in bed, get in what I find to be the comfortable position, usually on my side, head on the pillow, and try to funnel my mind towards that tunnel of sleep without looking at any screens, no phone or anything, it can take 4 hours. And that's, you think I'm being hyperbolic or silly or something there. I'm definitely not. It can take 3 to 4 hours to get a flicker of sleep that generally doesn't last for 3 to 4 hours itself. I do slightly better if I look at something on my phone, like maybe not watch videos, but like read something, like something that's not agitating, something that's not mentally stressing, something that doesn't, anger up the blood, so no news and stuff like that. Usually like TV tropes is a good one. If I read that, or maybe like IMDb trivia sections for movies I like, or just Wikipedia browsing, going through the Wikipedia portal about, even history maybe, or philosophy, or various works of fiction, or, even looking at fictional wikis, the Song of Ice and Fire wiki, or the Karate Kid wiki recently I've been looking at a little bit, or, whatever else. There's a million fandom wiki, Final Fantasy wiki. That's a really good one. So people who advise about sleep almost always say, turn off your screens, don't look at your screens before you go to sleep. I am 100% positive, because I have tested this all the time, that I do sleep slightly better if I look at a screen. Not much better. I'm not saying I'll fall asleep in an hour or anything like that, but if I just lay on my side in the dark and quiet with my eyes closed and try to sleep, it can take several hours. My mind and my thoughts just race and race. I just go through everything in my mind, just from the day's events to future plans to, my book I'm working on, to embarrassing memories, to college memories, to high school memories, to making lists in my mind of everything that I've ever done, to, just thinking about movies or whatever, just thinking about world events. I just go over everything in my mind over and over and over and over and over and over. I guess in a way it might be considered a meditation of sorts, but it's not like a meditation that I set out for the intention to meditate. I'm supposed to be seeking out the goal of putting my mind and body to sleep, and it does not work for me. I mean, it thoroughly doesn't work for me. I ran into problems in college. One class, I just straight up dropped one class. It was entertainment law or something like that. I wasn't too enthusiastic about it, but I just straight up, I had like the first test or whatever early on in the year for it, early on in this semester, and I just I didn't stay up all night playing video games, looking at the internet. I really tried to sleep the night before, and eventually, I just spent hours and hours laying in bed, or it wasn't really a bed in college, laying on my mattress on the ground, which is what it was, which, to be honest, I find that style fairly comfortable. I would just live like that my whole life if it wasn't a bit uncouth, a bit juvenile. I have nothing against it, but I really tried to go to sleep. I just could not. So I was up till about 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. I had tried to go to bed about midnight. It spent about 5 hours trying to sleep, and then I ended up just straight. It was like an 8 a.m. class. Then just ended up straight up waking up, at 8:30 the next morning. Even though I set all my alarms, I kind of like zombie turned them off. And fortunately it was like in the first few weeks of the semester, so I just straight up dropped the class. I was like, well, this isn't gonna work out. But yeah, so it's bad. It's bad not being able to sleep. As I've gotten into adult life, I've gotten a little bit better at it just because I've started taking ZQL regularly. But even the ZQL, like even if I'm not trying, even if I'm trying to give into it, I am not trying to fight the ZQL. I am trying to let sleep claim me so I can sleep a little bit at night. My body still fights it off very well, and I take breaks from it now and then, so I don't like develop a addiction, or not addiction's not the right word, a tolerance to it. But and I tried like melatonin, sleeping pills, various. I guess I never tried like lavender tea or something. That seems a little like woo-woo junk science to me. But I do. I go through lots of bottles of ZQL every year. I take it a lot, and took it last night. I like to think it helps me fall asleep at 3 rather than at 6 in the morning. But yeah, still taking it and trying to take ZQL at 10 so I can fall asleep at 11. That still pretty much never works for me. But yeah, it's just me to say that the trying to and to be clear, the amount of sleep I've had the night before makes no difference. I can have had 2 hours sleep the night before. I can still go lay in bed on my side in the dark and quiet with my eyes closed, and I can still do that for 3 hours easily, even if I didn't sleep the night before, had a physically active day. Just straight up, it won't ever happen. The sleep will not come. It's trying to wrap my fingers around sleep itself is like trying to fucking wrangle a ghost. It's incorporeal to me. I cannot grab onto it. It's ever elusive, drifting out in the ether. It's just something I can't get, I can't find, and I can't fucking sleep.